The digital workspace is what enables us to access the systems, applications and tools we need to work from any device in any location. The possibilities are endless, but it's also a challenge keeping up with the pace of change in technology. Well, one provider of digital workspaces is the American multinational software company CITRIX. Let's now talk to Christian Riley, the company's Vice President and Chief Technology Officer. I'm Sarah Lockett. Welcome to the Business Debate. Christian, welcome to the London Stock Exchange studios.
Thank you for having me.
So how do you define the digital workspace and why is it useful or essential even in this day and age?
So at CITRIX, we like to think about the digital workspace as a collection of the digital assets that people and organisations need to get their job done. And what we're seeing is a change in what those digital assets are, where they reside, where they're delivered from, and indeed what they're used for.
So it would be things like your email, file sharing, things like that, all in one kind of dashboard?
Absolutely. So a single view into everything that you need to be productive in your work environment. So whether that be email, whether that be line of business applications, applications delivered from the cloud, absolutely everything that you need to be productive.
And I mentioned this a little bit in the introduction there, but how do you keep up with the pace of technology, knowing what to include in your product?
So I think there's kind of two sides to the answer. The first one is being continuously aware of the technology trends and understanding how to assimilate those into our major offerings from CITRIX. And the second thing is being very, very plugged into our customer challenges. We've been in our customer world, very privileged positions for 25 years or more, so we have a very deep understanding of where our customers need to head.
Now, how secure is it? Because it is in the cloud, and you've said that we need to take a more evolved approach to security. Now, what does that mean?
Sure. I think fundamentally what that means is that for every company on earth, security should be the number one consideration. So all businesses now are at risk of breaches, infiltrations from what we call the bad actors. And so I think it's incredibly important that not only CITRIX provides secure digital workspaces, but all organisations understand how secure they are and continually work to improve that security posture.
Because even if it's behind your perimeter, it could not be secure.
Absolutely. I think the fundamental challenge about moving to cloud was always concern about visibility and control. But, we see lots of customers who've taken a look at their own capabilities and decided in some cases that they preferred cloud because that's what cloud companies do. They provide security at the heart.
And one challenge with cloud is connectivity. And you've said that literally every country in the planet needs to really invest massively in connectivity. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I think if you look at it from, say, an IoT perspective, where we expect 50 billion devices to be connected worldwide, that puts some significant challenges at the heart of what we would call basic network connectivity. So we're already seeing some fantastic improvements in the cellular capability, the announcement of 5G technologies, but that's going to have to be global to support this huge world of cloud and the business opportunities that that provides.
And actually the growth is going to come in the Pakistans, the sub-Saharan Africas, isn't it? That's where the growth is going to be.
Almost certainly, and I think the Western world is in a good position, but the developing nations probably in a better position in many cases because they don't have legacy, so they have no expectation of what technology looks like. They just have an opportunity to field new technology and to benefit from that.
And if we think about machine learning and artificial intelligence over the next maybe 3 to 5 years, how are they going to make us more productive?
I think the notion of being able to use intelligence in different ways is very interesting. So we think about perhaps today when we talk to systems at home, for example, maybe from Amazon or Google, we're actually interacting with things in a very different way. Now that seems very simple and natural to us, but behind the scenes are some extremely complicated algorithms, machine learning algorithms that are part of artificial intelligence that really drive that simplicity. And as that moves into the enterprise, we can really see how you'll be able to talk to your enterprise data and find information and deal with information to be more productive in a very different way.
And hybrid cloud, which is a mix of on-premise applications and in the cloud, is more or less the norm at the moment, isn't it? People have a mix. And how long do you think it will take and what will it take for us to move totally to the cloud?
So even customers who have the most radical cloud strategies, they're dealing with years and years and years of traditional enterprise IT. So I think conservatively it could be anywhere between 7 to 10 years before we see full cloud, and absolutely the hybrid model where services are a mixture of on-premises and cloud is definitely here to stay.
And specific applications for, say, HR or sales are mostly being done in the cloud. Now, why is that? Why have they gone?
I think it's a number of things. I think the commercial model is very attractive to some customers, moving to subscription-based licensing. And the second thing is simplicity. I think for years and years, organizations felt that complicated business processes were perhaps their intellectual property. But more and more, I think simplicity is key. And the side benefit of that, of course, is that you can get people to be more productive in a new, higher perspective if you're using industry-standard applications.
And how common do you think voice is going to become?
I think voice is going to be huge. You know, as we're talking together today, voice has been around for a very, very long time, yet most of our interactions with computers has been with a keyboard and a mouse. So we're already beginning to see the introduction of voice, being able to order things from Amazon or being able to ask for directions from Google via voice is something that's absolutely natural. So why not make that bigger? Why not make that into every enterprise application?
And finally, Generation Z, Millennials, who are digital natives, how are they going to change things in the workplace?
I think they already are. There's a whole new expectation that comes in from how they work. You know, email is no longer a thing that they use. It's either Snapchat or WhatsApp. So I think we're seeing a different type of expectation. The notion of a work-life balance doesn't really exist anymore, but it's up to organizations to really get ahead of that, to create a physical workplace and a digital workplace that's going to be absolutely what these guys need to drive the future of work.
Well, on that note, Christian, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
And join us next time when we'll be discussing the latest innovations in executive education and the future of Islamic finance. But for now, from me, Sarah Lockett at the London Stock Exchange Studios, it's goodbye and thanks for watching.